Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Have Fun in Nature, and this is a channel that's going to help us enjoy the outdoors. I just watched one of their videos from the zoo, and I was talking about this the other day, but my fondest memories are when my son was growing up and we used to go to the zoo more than once. I'd like to say frequently, but we did a lot of things around the Toronto area, a lot of touristy type destinations and things like that, but the zoo is always a fun time. You know, there's so much to learn there, I think, and then you get your steps in, that's for sure. So Have Fun in Nature is going to bring us adventures along those lines, but they're going to bring us into their home as well, which is great to see. They're also going to take us to other touristy type destinations, and like I said, help us enjoy the outdoors. I'm still learning about the channel. I've been through a few videos so far, but I'm going to take the latest one. I'm going to put this into a special playlist I have. I call it my catch-up list. It's a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. Have Fun in Nature is almost halfway on the road towards 500 subscribers, an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. We always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. So since they've hit 400 and are now getting close to 450, that puts them almost halfway on the official road to 500, which has to be exciting. And then shorts on this channel have done really well already. 3,800, 7,600, 8,700 views on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams. So they've got one coming up tonight. And we've got an interesting lineup today. Michael's Adventures dropped a raid for us. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. He's done that a million times before. He's one of our beloved and dedicated moderators. And it's just coincidence, but another one of our beloved and dedicated moderators, Jessie Journals and Unboxes, will be dropping a premiere at 3 p.m. like she always does on Sundays. We will raid right into that. It's a little bit of a longer one than usual, so I'm guessing a half an hour. I'm unsure, but that's great. And shortly after that, Have Fun in Nature will have their live stream, so I'm looking forward to catching them for what I believe is the first time. And then hopefully everybody will connect with them, put the notification bell on as we do for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel. I've just got a few names on there right now. Scratch and Pete PA and Just Jason Keto are both at the top of the wheel. They're beloved and dedicated moderators as well. Kovac Should Travel we had a look at the other day when Chuck and Lori did a live stream right after Tuber Chat. They bring DaVinci Resolve into their channel to do some serious video production, and you'll get that idea when you get to their content. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Kyle Vlog Channel is in the house. Vintage V Mars is here with us. I know that Fuzzy Adventures and More is in the house. Simply Debbie Sue is also here. So thank you everybody for coming in. Alfish Tanks and the Siberian Wind were early in the door. Liquid 420 is also here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And then when we look at Chuck and Lori here with Kovac Should Travel, we see, you can tell by the thumbnails here that first of all, they've got a great back and forth between these two dynamic hosts. They do really well together, but what you'll find and what I'm most taken away with their channel is the fact that they've got so many different styles of filming. The idea is cinematic travel vlogs, so they want to take their content to a bit of a different level than what we might be used to on YouTube, and that's great. You know, hopefully we all learn from each other, but we all, including myself, aspire to be better, aspire to improve, and you can see that they're putting some serious consideration into their content. I was lucky enough to catch them for a live stream where they went through their process, about how they think about traveling and doing a lot of the fast-paced work that they've got to do. Sometimes you really got to think on your feet and be prepared at all times. But they do drone footage. They carry a selfie stick or gimbal like most travel vloggers would, and then they have still shots and things like that as well. They take us to a lot of interesting places, and hopefully everybody will connect with them. I've just taken their latest video, put that into that special catch-up playlist that I'm talking about. They just put that up a week ago, and then they've got some shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 8,400, 12,000, 20,000 views on a couple of these, and then live streams. Like I said, we caught their travel talk the other day, the night before Valentine's. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their day yesterday. I know different people treat it differently and celebrate in different ways, but I was happy to see a lot of content yesterday as well. And then we'll be looking forward to when Chuck and Lori are going to do another live stream. And we've got the notification bell on, like I keep saying, for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch each other's content as often as possible. I see Chick in the Woods is here, and I'm going to get Chocolate Drop on the wheel as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I was hoping we'd find a way to get our stream under control today, and it looks like, it looks like Mr. Shelton TV is in the house, so yes, everything is under control. Pardon me, I meant to spin the wheel there. I did not reset the wheel today, from yesterday, so I'm praying to goodness that it is working the way it's supposed to. But I did get Chick in the Woods and Chocolate Drop onto that wheel. Brit Family Fun is here. I've been catching her for live streams pretty frequently lately, actually. And then It's Me Alec is coming up. This is another very enthusiastic creator. I also have Canadian Family Life on the wheel. I just watched one of her food bank grocery haul videos. Literally, it was one of the last videos I watched before we started today. Tiffany does that kind of thing all the time, and she brings us a family channel. She's also a beloved and dedicated moderator. When we look at what It's Me Alec is doing, this creator brings random content and a lot of live streaming with a lot of guests on StreamYard panels. He's actually got a ton of YouTube channels and splits his content between them. He's got some shorts over here. These ones have gotten into over 1,000 views now, and live streaming is frequent from this creator. What I will do is just simply look for It's Me Alec, and his main channel will come up. There it is right there, and then you'll be able to dig through these, which are most of the different channels he's got. It really is just random content split between them. I'm not sure that there's rhyme or reason to the series of different channels, but this creator, like I said, is extremely enthusiastic. They got some celebrity shoutouts here and things like that. 1,400, 1,500 views on a couple of these shorts, and then live streams. Again, like I said, they've got usually StreamYard panels, but they did do an unboxing the other day, and they've got obviously different ideas for random content whenever they live stream. Lots of shout outs for other channels, which is always great to see. I'm happy to see people promoting others. And then another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So thank you, It's Me Alec. And then we're moving faster than we usually do today right off the bat. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So I mentioned that Just Jason Keto is a beloved and dedicated moderator here on this channel. All of our moderators are dear friends of mine. They have been for years now here on YouTube. I've actually met up with Jason outside of YouTube, like in real life. We've had a few meals together. It's always a good time when we're there. But all of our moderators have different channels. They all do different things. They're all dear friends of each other, and they all have an overwhelming sense of generosity. So for that reason, when you visit any of their channels, for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members the same way we do here. Just Jason Keto drops videos regularly, at least one a week, and then he live streams every week as well. This creator is now well beyond 7,200 subscribers, which is great to see. He's going to help us with a proper human diet and the idea of healthy eating, healthy living, especially when we're thinking about keto. He's got tons of recipes on the channel, over 100 chaffle recipes alone, but several other recipes, literally getting into the hundreds now, that have only a few ingredients, really simple and easy to make. What I have found in his recipes, for the most part, we usually have everything in the household or in our pantries and things like that. He does a lot of collaborating with other creators or challenges, and these are great ways to grow your channel. Every time you're featured or mentioned by somebody else, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab some number of new, not only subscribers, but that creator's most supportive supporters to come to your channel, if that makes any sense. And then he does product reviews as well. Sometimes he's reviewing things we might find in a grocery store or health food store. Sometimes he's doing reviews and unboxings of gear for our YouTube channel, like a gimbal or a GoPro, and sometimes he's doing product reviews of things we might find around the kitchen that will help us with our healthy eating, healthy living, and healthy cooking. And then over the holidays, he did a different type of series this year. He tries to think of new ideas for his audience all the time. And then he's got lots of guests that join him for his channel as well, both in videos and live streams. We'll look at those in a moment. When we look at shorts and what Jason's got going on here, we get a bit of a hint about healthy looking grilling shorts that have gotten now into 5,000 and 6,000 views. Another one that he's got here has a special story behind it. I'll talk about it in a second. But he's also got one at 22,000 views, and I've seen that one. That's a traditional short, so it's only 15 seconds long. I promise you it's entertaining and definitely worth a watch. But this one here with the barbecue is an interesting story, because Jason not only is thinking about his YouTube journey and trying to find ways to maximize and improve and increase and raise the bar on his own channel over time, but he shares everything he learns with his audience and with us in the Tuber Chat family and with myself. So he talked about this barbecue that he reviewed a long time ago, and that's turned into somewhat evergreen content for him. He gets another boost of views on all of his barbecue videos, especially during the season when we'd be thinking about barbecuing. We're in the Northern Hemisphere. We both are Canadians, as a matter of fact, and only 2 hours away from each other in Ontario. But this creator revisits that barbecue every once in a while, and each one of those videos gives a boost to the rest. So you can see this one here is becoming one of the most popular shorts on his channel, which is great to see and great to know. This creator also does live streams every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. Sometimes it's Jason himself talking keto, and sometimes he's got a panel full of guests. Once in a while he does a multicam cook along, and then once in a while he does another series while we talk about YouTube or keto. And he's got a guest we've seen a few times before, Anita, coming up in a few days when he goes live this Thursday at 7:30 Eastern again. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto. He is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I promise you, all of our moderators care not only about the YouTube journey, not only about each other, but their fellow creators at large, including those of us in the Tuber Chat family. So I hope everybody will connect with all of them. Eddie Lugo Studios, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then I think we had another channel or two come in. Create and Relate is on the wheel. I'll spin right now. We're moving faster than we usually do. So my guess is because I did so much talking on the last stream, and the fact that we're streaming at a different time today. We haven't done one this early in literally months, if not a year. we should get to more channels today than we usually do, and that'll be great for everybody. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then Martin Miller, that short video with the barbecue right now, if you go over there and have a look at his shorts page on the popular tab, you'll find that it's got 6,600 views, and I think it's still climbing. Pardon me, we're going to get to Chicken the Woods in a second, but I forgot just for a minute to show you another channel that Jason's got set up. Whenever creators have more than one channel, I usually show 2 of them at a time. I often forget. I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody, sometimes more. But It's Just Jason is a channel he's got set up to basically post just about anything that's not going to fit on his keto-based channel. So he's got some travel footage here and a little bit of winter weather showing you what it's like 2 hours away from Niagara, where he's in Ontario, Canada, getting just pummeled. We got it bad with snow this year, worse than most years. Most of it's still out there because it never got warm enough to melt very much of it. But he shows you a bit of an example there. So I thought I'd show that to you quickly. That's It's Just Jason from Just Jason Keto. I hope you'll connect with him on both channels. We want to get that second one going towards its first 100 subscribers. I see Cruising Chris M is coming in, so thank you for being here. And then Mr. Shelton TV is still in the house, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Mac Movement came in. It's good to have you here. Oh, and then, yeah, the Siberian Wind. Yeah, we never know we never know where those gifted memberships are going to go. I think it's a great feature that YouTube added where you have the ability to gift memberships without having to be a member on a channel. I do it frequently for other people, and lots of people do it here as well, for which I'm grateful. But it's like a lottery system. We really never know. Here in the Superchat streams, we've seen people get those gifted memberships anywhere from people who've been with us for 5 years to people who've just been in the chat for half an hour for the very first time. So it's really a mystery as to how that's going to work. Chicken's Uncle Bob, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Chicken the Woods is up on the screen right now. This is another channel I'm still getting to know. You can see that the thumbnail alone brings a little bit of entertainment. Chicken concert is interesting concept for a video. I'm still getting to know them, but they've got quite a bit of content here. Watching these chickens just live life and seem to be living the dream. I didn't catch that rollover before I got to it, but check that out. Enjoying some good tableside manners there by the look of it. And then shorts on the channel have gotten into 3,100, 4,300, 40,000 views on one of these, which is fantastic. So one of the things we want to think about, I usually don't give advice, or I try not to do too many recommendations or tell people what they should or shouldn't do. But I wonder if the title on this short video might have had something to do with it. So when it says, "When your chicken loves mornings," I wonder if you have an opportunity to try another short with a title very similar. When your chicken, whatever you're going to say for the video. And I wonder if that's something that could work as a hook for you. Things are different for all of us, but that's fantastic to get a short that's, 10 times the one before it, which is fantastic. So this creator is getting into almost 800 views, or subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then they've got plenty of live streams as well. Most of these seem to be unattended style live streams where they've just got footage for everybody to enjoy with the chickens. Again, I'm going to rerun this one. I don't know why my red line is not all the way across. I'll put this in my catch-up list. And what I do with that playlist is I add videos over the course of these streams, right? Not all the time, but occasionally you'll see that. And what happens is afterwards, I will reorder that playlist. You could do it on a phone or a computer. You could put the shortest videos at the top, the longest videos at the end with live stream replays and things like that. What that allows is when you have half an hour or an hour to sit and watch videos, you can watch like 20 videos in an hour because all the 3, 4, and 5 minute ones are at the beginning of the playlist. And then when you run out of time, you can just leave the playlist running. I do it every day when I either go to work or go out grocery shopping or doing whatever I got to do, or going to bed at night. The computer's always left running. There's always either a playlist or a bunch of live streams going. So these are the kind of things we can do to give each other the extra help and those extra watch hours as well. Hala is in the house. Sal's Camper Life is also here. Stephen Wire is in the house. They stream stream every day as well. Pardon me, is it streaming? I think it is, not premieres, right? Stephen Wire, and please correct me if I'm wrong. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So another one of our beloved and dedicated moderators here, Scratch and Pete PA, is known as a shining jewel in the Tuberchat family. And I say that repeatedly because this creator, I mean, if you meet anybody that's already connected with him, they will, every single person will say he is one of their most supportive supporters. And it certainly is the case here. Scratch and Pete PA is here for every stream, if you can believe that, and the entirety of the stream. Now, I know not everybody can be, but I certainly do appreciate all that he does. I know a lot of people are appreciative. I hope everybody gives him the thanks he deserves for all the things he does for everybody. And then thank you, Stephen Wire. Yes, it's live streams. And forgive me, Mr. Shelton TV, I don't know how I missed that. I thought I saw it fly by and then I skipped right over it. But Mr. Shelton TV from the UK, it should be up next because he gifted a membership. And I know we talked about those for a brief second, but we always put membership gifters and Superchatters onto the screen right away in order when those things happen. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. And after a little while, I will start adding names to the wheel from our chat list. That's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. So everybody who comes in has a chance to be on the wheel or the screen. It doesn't make sense when I say it this way, but it's the least important part of what we're doing. The channel's called Tuberchat literally because we're supposed to be connecting in the chat. That's where you're going to make your friends, not from the channels on the screen, even though I know everybody likes it. And then Chicken's Uncle Bob, I've never heard anything like that. But what I can promise you is for the last 5.5 years, many of us, including our moderators and many other friends, have done hours and hours and hours and hours, if not days and weeks, maybe even months worth of experiments when it comes to watch hours. And we run entire playlists. Yeah, I run playlists with people. As a matter of fact, in my recap, I don't know if it's going to come up. Forgive me, Scratch and PPA. If I go youtube.com/recap, I think that's it, right? Is that the my recap's not going to come up now because I've looked at it too many times or it's expired by now. But basically, a couple of the channels that are in my recap are going to show up with a couple of channels that I had swapped playlists with this year that have long playlists. They're both vloggers, actually, Hannah Rebecca and Living Large with L Crew. And what that tells me is when you look through the analytics and you see these little extra things that kind of show you who's supporting who and things like that, I've run, all our moderators continue to run playlists. It's still a benefit for monetized channels, but many of us are doing that. And a lot of our moderators, what we will do is add like a Chrome extension onto a browser, and it allows you to just play the whole channel. Like, you don't have to worry about specific playlists and missing videos and things like that. And I do that all the time. Many of us do much more than we say we're going to do. I find it always beneficial anywhere in life, especially on YouTube as well for us, is the idea of always trying to give more than is expected. So if somebody somebody says to me like, oh, have you got a playlist? Yeah, I'll give them a short one to watch on one of our other channels, but I'll just run the whole channel, right? Many of our friends and moderators do the same thing. So hopefully that makes sense, but I've not heard anything like that, and we're seeing channels get monetized faster than ever. So many of our creators, including gaming channels, have playlists that go on literally for weeks. We've seen it where I'll show you a trick that Scratch and PPA does, as a matter of fact, to solve this problem. But we've seen situations where people have like offered to run playlists for each other, and then somebody will be a brand new channel. They've only got like 8 hours worth of videos to watch, and then they'll get with a gaming channel that's got like 4 days worth of content, because gamers sometimes stream for extremely long periods of time, and live stream replays help as well. So these are just ideas, if that makes any sense. But thank you again for the question, Chicken's Uncle Bob. And I mean, we'll continue to watch that as I get new information and hear from creators. I will always mention the things that we talk about, so that we can, continue to learn together. There's a lot of information out there. The best thing I can recommend for everybody is you want to consider where you're getting your information from. And forgive me for being so harsh when I say there's a lot of the blind leading the blind out there. When we're talking about channels that are brand new, that aren't following all the things that we need to do, then, out there trying to teach YouTube to other people, I find that, can be detrimental, I'm sure. However, when I say that, I don't expect everybody to listen to everything I say either. I mean, I hope you'll take it into consideration, but I continue to learn all the time, and I have been corrected many times over the years with things that I've said on these streams, because I've continued to learn as well. I've been on 8 years, but I certainly don't want to make it sound like I think I know everything. I'm not here because I know everything. I'm here to learn everything. That's the idea. I will share my personal experience, and I have got, productions now, videos into over 1 million views. I have not built a channel to over 100,000 subscribers yet, but I have run many channels for other people as well. That's actually how I got started, and into the tens of thousands of subscribers. The highest one was around 70,000. And then the Siberian Wind is just asking a question. Forgive me, we're going to get back to Scratch and PPA. I said I was going to show you a trick. It's right here in the titles of his playlists, where he puts the time that it takes to run a playlist in the title, so that when he's swapping playlists with other people, and he's long monetized too, of course, then people know exactly what they can expect and can plan accordingly if they want to. When we think about, when we think about extensions, let me see if I can find if I still have one installed here. I turn them on and off because browser extensions can really have create problems for your browsing. They can hold up your computer and like make it look like the internet's buffering and all this. So see this one here, like play all button for YouTube. I'll try turning it on. I haven't probably used this one in a while, but I'll try turning this on and see if it's going to work. So what happens is I refresh, and look at this button that shows up on Scratch and PPA's channel now that says play all. And if I click that, so sure, it'll pop another window open, but there's 342 videos on his channel. So that might be, I'm not sure if that's just videos. Oh, here we go, videos, shorts. Yeah, I'm unsure. He doesn't do, he's only done one live stream. I'm not sure if it's going to be in here. But you see what I'm talking about anyway. So you have to be careful with these things. I don't want people to just install extensions because I've mentioned this. And you have to be very careful about anything you're going to install on a computer or anywhere else because of viruses and hackers and phishing and all that kind of stuff, right? But it's something that you can do. I'm just going to turn that one off right now because it's going to be distracting for me the whole time. But Scratch and PPA, so there we go. This creator, like I said, is a beloved and dedicated moderator. And then they've got literally hundreds of videos now, as you can see. Oh, and see, it says 342 videos, and that's, I think, what it said when I clicked that play all. So it must have included the shorts and the one live stream, which I'll show you in a moment. What he typically does, though, is pits 2 lottery tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. This creator premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern without fail. He has perfect consistency. He has not missed a week in over 5 years, if you can imagine. And you'll see what that results in, because if you catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than what we've got going here, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer or Garden State Gardener or Butler Family Farm and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Scratch and Pete PA as well has got presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in the thumbnails, as we would expect, but he's also got a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then he expanded the content a while back. He took a trip to Italy, and he brought us some vlogging style shorts videos that gave us a look around all the areas he visited in Italy with some Italian lottery tickets. And then he returned to Italy this year and brought back some more Italian lottery tickets for us to see in an entire series of short videos. And then his very first live stream was a couple years ago during that first trip, and our first trip that I know of. And this creator, like I said, is a fellow Canadian. Monetize lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And hopefully everybody will connect with this fellow Canadian. And then Lakeside Laura is in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel right now. Mr. Shelton TV is coming up in a moment. And let me just see what Kyle Vlogs mentioned this. Oh, and then thank you, Create and Relate. Yeah, when it comes to storage, I'm so lucky to have been like on computers for a lifetime. So I got hard drives all over the place, and I'm able to save every single thing. I started on YouTube almost 9 years ago. At the beginning of April, I was doing some construction work, and I said, we're going to go out and film whatever we do today, and if we use it, we use it, and if we don't, we don't. And because it was construction, we really weren't doing any work from probably December right through to March. And so I was watching YouTube, not because I liked it. My friend, who I was around all the time, I used to stay at his place when I was working in Toronto, he would have YouTube on the TV, so I got interested in using it. Likely because of the algorithms and the fact that I'm also there, our phones are connected to the network. All of a sudden, all the Sean Cannell and Daryl Eves and Sunny Lenarduzzi stuff started showing up. And I said, oh, wow, there's money in YouTube. We better think about doing this. And then I learned for a few months before I started. And we hit the ground running, that's for sure. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I just wanted to catch up if I could, because we're doing a little bit better today. It's a little bit easier to catch everything in the chat. Grant's Faithful, GLP-1 Journey. I'm still learning, but I just watched a video from them talking about, if I remember right, a diabetes diagnosis, something that we all have to consider when especially we're making bad decisions with food like I do all day. That channel will come up right after Mr. Shelton TV, because they dropped a super chat. I know I said it before, but we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And then and thank you, Create and Relate. We're going to look at that channel eventually. They're on the wheel right now. And then, yeah, PD did get some hang time. Trying not to get into too much story time, because I really went like off the rails on the last stream. And then, yeah, one thing I would recommend for everybody, if you are considering things like hard drives, you don't need me to tell you this, but if you are considering buying equipment of any kind, what I would do is go to your favorite sites and websites, and then set notifications for sales. You know what I mean? Boxing Day is great for that, for those who have that as a holiday. And then Black Friday, obviously, is well known. But lots of companies do lots of sales. There are some stores that just basically put everything on sale at some point during the year if you wait for it. And that can give you a chance to really kind of maximize the value for the money you spend, because we all know that YouTube can be a very expensive habit. Just Jason Keto, thank you so much for the gifted membership. He's done things like that a million times before. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. I'm sure that Ali0620 will be happy to have that. The handles have tripped me up about a bit, but that's okay. So let's go for a break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from an interview series that we've got on this channel now, where many different creators who've been with us for many years share their insight about how to get over 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, Be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
I see Andre Southgate is in the house, and we're going to look at Mr. Shelton TV right now. This creator comes to us from the UK, and they've been with us from the beginning. They've been here for well over 5 years, probably 5.5 years. Mr. Shelton TV has a lot of different types of artistic content on the channel. He gets into literature, poetry, skits, amateur filmmaking, I would say, music, happens to be a wrestling fan, probably the biggest Godzilla fan I've known on YouTube, and brings us a lot of different styles of content. I'm just going to grab the latest video here. He's got one coming up in a few days, and this is a premiere. We always set notifications for everything we see, like premieres and live streams, to give us the best chance of catching those, and then we do that even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. When we look at shorts from, Mr. Shelton TV, we see that this creator's gotten into 2,400 views on a couple of them, 3,400 on another one, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. And he's been collaborating with other people many times, does some outdoor live streaming. This is where sometimes we'll find skits and a chance to get to know the creator. So hopefully everybody will connect with John H. Shelton, the Shelton 316 official channel. And this creator's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember. And thank you again, Mr. Shelton TV. I think what he did was gifted a membership a while ago, so thank you for that. I know I say it all the time, but we put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, if they haven't already been seen. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. Thank you, Create and Relate. Yeah, I took the opportunity today to do a much earlier one. In Canada, we have a special holiday now. I can't remember how long ago this started, but it's called Family Day, and that happens tomorrow. So it's meant to be a day, I guess, that people are supposed to spend with their family. But either way, it gives me a long weekend and an extra day away from work, which means that Sunday for me this weekend is a lot less hectic. Of course, Kristen and I enjoyed each other's company yesterday for Valentine's Day, and then tomorrow we might actually get together with some family. We'll see, but that allows me a little more freedom this weekend. So I wanted to do one really early. I've been kind of hoping for that for a while. And then this gives us a chance to read in to Jessie Journals and Unboxes. We usually go after her when we do Sunday live streams. But it's great to be able to mix up the days and times so that we can catch different people. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that for probably almost any other channel on YouTube. Consistency is best. You want to pick your day and time when you can be consistent, or days and times if you're doing more than one thing a week. But for Tuber Chat, we've been able to move things around, and I just keep an eye on it. If it was to slow down, I'd just do things to kind of fix that, let's just say. But we're always busy, and I appreciate that from everyone. And then, it's me, Alec. I'll put another channel on the wheel for you quickly in another second there. Thank you. He's got many different channels, but we'll look at this special one today. And then yeah, that's true. Yes, Hala, we always talk about family here because it really does feel like that, right? You have friends that you make on YouTube, but then you notice that your YouTube friends are supporting not just your YouTube journey, but a lot more that you're talking about on your channel in your life, let's just say. And it really does start to feel like family, especially when people are missing for a couple of days, and then we go, hopefully everybody's reaching out to their friends and, keeping in touch with everybody. But that's when it really starts to feel that way, right? And then, thank you, Create and Relate, for the share. I really do appreciate the shares today because we are at a different day and time. So it would be unexpected for a lot of people as well, especially because I didn't put the streams up until the other day or yesterday or whatever it was. And then when we look at Faithful GLP-1 Journey, forgive me, I'm going to ask you again. I know I've asked like many times to remind me what this stands for because I'm still learning and so unfamiliar. I don't know why this video's red line is not all the way across. I just watched this morning, actually. I'm going to put this, I'll keep it in my catch-up list and just make sure it gets rerun. And it looks like they just put out a video yesterday. So I'm going to put that one into my catch-up list list as well, and that will give me another piece of content to watch. And then this creator's got a few shorts over here, one of them at 1,100 views already, which is great to see. And hopefully everybody will connect with Faithful GLP-1 Journey. And there's quite a bit of information there for us to learn from, so I'll try to make a point to do that the next time I have the channel with a video that I'm about to watch. But they also oh, pardon me. Yeah, they dropped a super chat earlier, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course, but very much appreciated. And then It's Me, Alec. I'm going to put another channel up. Warmstrong Adventures. We never actually know whether he's on a cruise right now. He might be. That is Bill from Warmstrong Adventures, who brings us cruising. I lost track of how many cruises he's been on. It's beyond 40 now. And I still, forgive me, I know I say this every time, I haven't yet seen the opinion that he might have about taking Virgin for the first time. Virgin Voyages, I believe it's called, right? Warmstrong Adventures has been a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And, you know, he actually, I'll tell you this too, Warmstrong Adventures have made one of the my favorite posts that I've ever seen on a social network. I'm always happy to see positivity, especially the simple things. And if you look for him on the other social networks, you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. But Warmstrong Adventures is on cruises all the time. And it's easy, you know, to think, you know, in jealousy and this and that. In Canada, you know, it's a lot more... it's not as convenient for us to be able to hop on cruises, not to mention they cost money and everything else, right? There's a lot of aspects to this, but I know that Warmstrong Adventures is grateful for what he's able to do. While he's cruising, he's still supporting other people. Like while he's on vacation, he's not just filming, he's coming into Superchatter, he's coming into other people's live streams. I run into him all the time supporting other people, and I really think that that is over and above. It's a perfect example of people truly caring about their fellow creators. You know, we all get busy and things like that. As long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, that's great. But I just want to put focus on that when I see people go a little bit over and beyond. But that's been Bill for a long time. And then, thank you, It's Me, Alec. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. He dropped another super chat. He's done that kind of thing a million times before. This is a second channel out of, I think, 11 or 14. I can't remember how many. I'm just going to go ahead and subscribe to this one right now. Usually I don't subscribe, but It's Me, Alec has many different channels. You recognize them. We looked at one of them the other day. I'm just going to take this video. I'm going to put that in my watch later list now, so I know that that will be the first video that I've watched on this channel, even though it's a live stream replay, and that will give me a chance to make sure that connection is solid. And thank you, Warmstrong Adventure. So let's think about spinning the wheel. JGP Jr., good to have you here. And Scratch and PPA caught that description for me. It's a class of medications utilized to treat type 2 diabetes, pardon me, and obesity. Which I certainly am a candidate for, and I'll be praying pretty soon. I think it's time for me to go for a we do our physicals every 2 years, and I look forward to it. I actually call way in advance, and they're like, no, you still got months. I can't go until the summer, but yeah, I try to stay on top of that. I've done not badly without trying too much. I've actually lost a few pounds this year. I got to go do a couple things of my own when it comes to doctors and maintenance and stuff. Nothing's wrong yet, but the idea is to try to make sure nothing does go wrong if we can. And I know it's easier said than done, but I think just due to the full-time gig that I have over the last year, I managed to lose probably 12 pounds. I've still got a long way to go. I'm very much overweight, and I struggle with that as well. But it's all due to bad decisions daily. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen right now. This is Tiffany. See, all these videos, I just watched these videos, and the red lines are not going all the way through. So that's my rant for the day. I'll keep it to a minimum. I just went through this, but I'm going to make sure this stays in my catch-up list. I'll rerun anything that's not all the way across. And not that we think that it matters really that much, but the idea is when we see a video like this and the red line is not all the way across, there's a chance that the creator may not have gotten all of the watch time they deserve for that video. And in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, whenever we see videos like that, whether it's a live stream replay or a video itself, the red line's not all the way across, it takes minimal effort for me to set up a playlist, let it run, and make sure that all those videos get another run. You're not going to get watch hours for running videos 2 or 3 times. We're certain of that. But we want to make sure that they at least get 100% of the watch time that they should have for watching a video. So I know that's a long speech, but you know what I mean. And then Canadian Family Life. This is a family channel from New Brunswick, another fellow Canadian and another beloved and dedicated moderator. So Tiffany's the creator here, but her family, between Chris, her husband, who has another channel, and then Bella and Alex, who are featured in pretty much every single video. The family does all kinds of different things. So they could be outdoors. They will take us traveling when they can. Otherwise, they're bringing us food bank grocery hauls like the latest video. Lots of cooking, lots of baking, lots of collaborations, even challenges between family members. They do some vlogging. They do some crafting. And then they've got an impeccable container garden. I'll put that video on my catch-up list for today. This is something I've talked about many times before. I don't know how somebody keeps a container garden indoors so neat and tidy, but it's something I seem to be obsessed with for some reason. And then shorts on this channel bring us some of the winter weather. This is what I'm talking about. We've just been pummeled in Canada this year over a lot of this. New Brunswick is far away from Ontario. I forget if they said it was 12 hours away. Tiffany knows better than I do now because they came to Ontario and they were still 6 or 8 hours away from me when they did. But they bring some winter weather here in their shorts. They've got some that have gotten into 3,100, 5,600, and 7,300 views, which is great to see as well. And then live streams on the channel. So Tiffany goes live occasionally, usually every month or two, but she's so supportive to other creators. She can basically go live whenever she wants, and she will have a flood of support in her chat. And when we look at Chris's Creation Fun, we see her husband's channel, and here he intends on bringing do-it-yourself videos. He works on solar equipment, lights for that container garden. He does a lot of 3D printing, and now product reviews on both channels, if I understand right. So hopefully everybody will connect with Chris's Creation Fun and Canadian Family Life. And then I see From Page to Screen is in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody that's here. And Kyle Vlog will be bringing us another cruise soon enough, which is great to know. And then I will spin the wheel. I believe it's time for me to spin. And then we'll have a look at what's happening with the next channel. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen now. Another beloved and dedicated moderator. We always put moderators along with members onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, but I will, over a little bit of time, add some names to our wheel from our chat list, and I'll actually do that when we go on our next break. We'll probably do that in about 10 minutes. The Stock Explorer is working on 3,000 subscribers. They're getting close to 2,600 right now. This is Nora, and this channel started by talking about the stock markets more than anything else, a little bit of crypto. They expanded into random content. They've got a little bit of that sprinkled throughout the channel, and a lot of lottery ticket scratching was something that they added a few years ago. So Nora now has a series of videos called Scratching with Strangers, and this is where Nora will go out, meet people for the very first time, and then scratch lottery tickets with them while they learn about them. And it can be pretty entertaining, as anybody would imagine. Shorts on the channel have got some more variety. Nora's gotten involved in a little bit of fitness, and then they bring product reviews. Some of the shorts on this channel have gotten into 3,300, 4,800, one of them at 17,000. And that one continues to grow right now. We know that one's still trickling in views. We know that Nora is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Some of the fitness videos are here. This is what she's been doing more than anything else lately. But this creator also talks stock and crypto. This creator gives us a chance to get to know them. They're really a hard worker. They seem to be working all the time, so they don't have a schedule on their channel. They just go live when they can. Sometimes it's a StreamYard panel. I've been with them on their channel. We talked YouTube for a good hour and a half or 2 hours, if I remember right. It was a while ago, but Nora's always willing to share any information about her YouTube journey as well. Sometimes it's friendly conversation. Sometimes they're talking stocks and crypto and things like that. And sometimes it's lottery ticket scratch battling with other creators on other channels. And then Tropical Buzz is another channel that Nora's got set up with over 300 subscribers now. This is where she intends to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, and then some of which she's going to grow herself, and she happens to be in Florida, so she's able to grow lots of different things, as we can imagine. Annette Emery, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Manjuro Journey with Pam, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Lottery ticket scratching was something that took me by surprise, because I didn't even know it existed on YouTube until after I'd been on for a couple of years when we started the Superchat channel. And then I'm kind of overwhelmed because, first of all, there's a lot of lottery ticket scratching channels. There's it's a huge category and genre. And then other people can scratch lottery tickets just even as shorts or anything else on their channel. We see that often. And I've scratched my share of lottery tickets in a lifetime. I haven't put any on YouTube yet, but I think about it sometimes. And a lot of generous creators are behind those channels. Some of the live streams can get really fast-paced and high energy, which is great to know. And then Fairbrick Studios in the house. They're a longtime friend as well. They do tons of shout-outs for other creators. I was so pleased to look at their channel the other day and see that they are promoting others all the time. And it's wonderful to see that kind of help between creators. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Annette Emery's just dropping a super chat there. So thank you for the extra generous support. For that reason, I'm going to make your channel the next one that we look at. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. And then we're about to look at Trini in Finland. Is Trinidadian living in Finland? If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Jeremy Dede and Rushing Wind Mountain have both been with us for many years. I've got them on the wheel now. They're both members. Trini living in the handle is Trini in Finland. This creator has a channel I'm still getting to know, but they've got a premiere coming up, so that's going to be in a few days. I've got the notification on for that. In the meantime, I'm just going to take another video. I might take this one here, the unimaginable lives of people in cold climates. Yes, we've had quite a bit of that in Canada this year. I'll put that video on my catch-up list. It'll give me another piece of content to watch when we see what they're doing with shorts over here. Some of these have gotten now into 32,000, 33,000, 35,000. Which is great to see, and there's looking like a lot of indoor content here and a lot of cooking videos as well, and then live streams on the channel as well. So we'll see if we can catch them for a live stream. We got notification bells on for every single channel, and then they're bringing us outdoors just as much as being indoors. Looks like they do StreamYard panels, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Trini in Finland. Like I said, it's a fairly new channel here in the Tuber Chat family, somebody we're still getting to know. But they've been with us. I can't remember if it's 3 times or 4 now, maybe. I could be wrong about that. Rock Chick Beauty from the UK is also here. And she is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's been with us for many years, well beyond 5 years, probably 5.5 by now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Lori's Mini World will be happy to see this. We've got another creator that's actually got a couple of channels doing mini brands unboxings. So this is familiar to all of us now. The Ultimate Toy Unboxing channel, 978 subscribers for Annette Emery. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. I don't know why I'm missing everything today, Scratch and PPA, but thank you for that. Yeah, Rock Chick Beauty, forgive me, I don't know why I missed that. I missed your super chat completely today. And then forgive me, what I was saying though, Annette Emery, is that I don't watch videos or subscribe during these live streams, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos. I'm wondering why I got the notifications on here already. I'm going to grab your latest video from a couple days ago. I'm going to put that in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here every 3 days or so. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Rock Chick Beauty, this is Oriane. This is a creator who, like I said, has been with us for 5.5 years. Now, both Annette Emery that we just looked at and this channel drop super chats for us, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. It's absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated, and Oriane's done that a million times before. Like I said, she's been with us for about 5 years now, 5.5 years, I think it is. This creator is now working on 1,500 subscribers, which is great to know. But when she had started on YouTube, after about 6 months, she reset and restarted her channel. So the question would be, could you come back stronger and more solidly, taking all that you learned in that first 6 months? And you can see that she's got a professional look to all of her thumbnails. Each video gets a different style of thumbnail, but the bright, bold headshots make her recognizable. And she's got a couple new videos here over the last couple weeks. I'm going to take the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep using to get or keep caught up with creators. Rock Chick Beauty's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then shorts on this channel. This creator brings a lot of random content. I'll get back to her videos for a second just to describe exactly what she does. She talks all things alternative, lifestyle, beauty, travel, makeup, and more. But this creator over the years has gotten into, she started with get ready with me type videos and makeup and some unboxings and hauls and things like that. Now has gotten into more product reviews and even sponsored videos at times. I'm not surprised to see that this video got quite a few views here. She's just put this out a week and a half ago and it's already got 194 views. What's in my bag is interesting way to basically title a video. I know she's got it on her thumbnail here, but one of the recommendations that I've had personally is something like I should do what's on my iPhone or what's on my home screen, and then kind of do a video going over all the apps I would use for YouTube, like TubeBuddy or YT Tracker and stuff like that. But what's in my bag is an idea. And forgive the self-promotion, but in a past life, I was a DJ for like 25 years. And I did pretty well with radio stations and traveling around a little bit and this and that. But I haven't mixed any music in a long time, and I just did one the other day, and I literally named the mix What's in My Playlist, because I'm figuring I might get a little bit of activity there. And it's on a platform called Mixcloud, where DJs can post their mixes so they don't get blocked like they do on YouTube for me all the time. And I made it to 18th in the number 18 in the world on Mixcloud, at least for a little bit of time. Which is great to know. But it's a great way to consider titling a video if it's appropriate. So I bring that story because I want to show you, while I don't want to make it sound like I think I know everything, I usually don't give recommendations, dare I ever say advice, but the idea is that I will bring my personal experience. But this is something that I have heard over the years and have seen recommended in the YouTube studio, in that I forget what they call it, inspiration tab, right, for recommendations. So I think that's a great idea. And we've got an example here. Like I said, this video's done almost 4 times what the last couple of videos have done for views. So it's great to know. And maybe Rock Chick Beauty will continue that and do another one. Shorts on this channel have gotten into now 11,000, 14,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. And I missed the last one. She's usually on every month or two. She'll probably do one soon. But I've been on panel with her many times on different channels, especially several years ago when a lot of us were getting started with our YouTube journey. A lot of us, you could basically say, came up together, right? When Superchat was just a young channel and I just had a couple thousand on my personal channel and this and that, or even less than that when we started. And it's great to see so many creators flourishing. And this is one that's always been over the top, generous and loyal and dedicated supporter to all of us. And then Oki's Eden is in the house. God Will Never Fail Us is here. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. And forgive me, Scratch and PPA again. I don't know why I was missing all of that. It's like I was missing everything that happened in the chat. And then yes, hopefully I'm not missing anything. Let's spin the wheel. Let's get another channel ready. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Superchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Jessie Journals and Unboxes is in the house. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator. Her channel will be the last one we look at today because we're actually going to go and raid into a premiere that she's got. So just under 2 hours from now, still a lot of time to put lots of channels on the screen and talk about a lot of creators and things like that. We will go and have a look at Jessie Journals and Unboxings. Wormstrung Adventures up on the screen right now is long past 3,000 subscribers. And I mention this all the time, but I find that 3,000 is a really telling marker. And when somebody grows their channel 100% organically, there's other ways to grow, but some of the things that I talk about here won't help if we're not growing 100% organically, let's say. But this creator has passed their 3,000 now. 3,000 seems to be around the number that I would say leads me personally to believe that any creator that's gotten there like Warm Strong Adventures, for instance, certainly has the potential to get to 10,000 organically if they want to, and eventually 100,000 for sure. And then 1 million only becomes questionable because it can literally take years to do some of these things, and we don't know what the world or YouTube is going to look like in a few years. New platforms are coming up all the time, and YouTube changes things. When we look at Warm Strong Adventures, this creator more often than anything else is bringing us on cruises, and he's very much a vibrant member of the cruising community. So during the COVID fiasco, if we want to call it that, there wasn't any travel footage coming out, or not very much, and certainly no cruising footage, right? So right after that, when things opened up again, we had this massive influx of cruising channels and travel channels bringing us cruising content, and I'm grateful for this kind of stuff. Many years ago, I worked on a cruise ship for one summer, so I do understand what it can be like, although I know times have changed over the last 25 years or however long it's been. But Warm Strong Adventures is bringing us all kinds of content from all kinds of cruise ships, and like I said, the biggest thing I can say about this creator is my fascination in the idea that they're still out supporting other people. They've been in Superchat live streams while they've been on cruise ships, and I've seen them out supporting other people in premieres and live streams. Warm Strong Adventures will bring us live streams of their own from these cruises, and I'm really interested to hear what he has to say about Virgin Voyages. So I'm going to take this video. This is one I'm really excited to watch because I've been waiting for something like this from him. Just because there's so many different cruise lines, we hear about them from a lot of our travel friends here, but Virgin is something I don't think I've seen a review of a Virgin ship yet, which is kind of shocking to me. But we'll learn from Warm Strong Adventures here. 15,000, 17,000, 18,000 views, which is great to see as well. And then live streams on the channel. So he's got one set up for tomorrow. So we'll be looking forward to that. And this is a good idea. Similar to what I just said about Rock Chick Beauty. She did What's in My Bag. And I told you I get recommended what's on my iPhone or what's on my home screen that I should be making as a video for people. That's what YouTube says, but we'll see. And then Warm Strong Adventures got one here. 10 must-have travel apps you need before your next trip, which I think can be great. And all of our friends that bring cruising and travel are going to help with tips and tricks. And it's another lot of generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Warm Strong Adventures. We'll look forward to that live stream tomorrow. And we'd love to push this channel towards its 3,100 subscribers now. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. And what we'll do right now, though, is we'll take a break. And then we'll come back with, looks like Rushing Wind Mountain is going to be the next channel that we're going to look at. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And I thought I said I was going to do something. Oh, I did. I said when we go on this break, what I'm going to do is add a name to our wheel from our chat list. That's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. So on this channel, you do not have to super chat. You do not have to be a member to get onto the wheel or the screen. It just takes a long time. We usually can't get to every single channel, but I will get to as many as I can in the next hour and a half or a little bit more. And Rushing Wind Mountain, we're going to look at in another moment. I know that Martin Miller's still here. Lucy Grace is in the house. Desert Livin' is here. They're a member, so I'm going to put them on the wheel. Because we always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then let's hurry up and we'll get back. Oh, so Manjaro Journey with Pam. If somebody was using StreamYard or another platform, you could easily make a video outside, put it in, and then just hit that video when you're ready to take a break. It'll cover the screen, you mute your mic, and I think it mutes for you automatically, actually. I use Streamlabs desktop. So what I have is, I'll just show it to you for a quick second here. It looks like OBS. It was built on OBS years ago. They've split off into their own thing now. But basically what happens is I have scenes over here. And if I can do this without ruining everything, you'll see I have a Stream Deck XL as well. And I love my Stream Deck, my dear goodness. Whether it's worth the $400 Canadian that it costs, I'm unsure, but I kind of feels like it. Um, and what I can do, what anybody can do, is set up macros. I used to use the F1, F2, F3, 4, keys on the keyboard for that, but you could just click on them here, and what happens is you'll see I've got, this one just says new scene, but that's what we're on right now. Starting scene for when I'm starting every live stream. Be right back is what we do for our breaks. I'm going to hit that in a second. I've got another one here for if we're going to take a break, but we don't need to go for 3.5 minutes. Like if I just need to get up for a second and come right back. One to talk about our moderators once per stream now, that's new. And then here's all the things that you see on the screen. There's a lot going on here. It's not as intimidating as it looks, but I've got all the pre-recorded stuff that I play, the alert box for when people do memberships and super chats and things like that. The display, because I have 2 monitors. So what you see right beside that there is the wheel and the browser on a separate screen. And then I've got a few other things here that are running like member slides in the bottom corners of the screen. Gold and silver members, moderators, I think are included in that as well. And the webcam and things like that. So all these different features, but it really is simple. And basically what happens with something like OBS or Stream Labs like I use, or a couple other programs like XSplit and this and that, is there's a bit of a learning curve, but once you've got it, it's got it. Once you're set up, you're set up. It just takes a little bit of time. Poetic Tears is here. I'm going to get them on the wheel. What I'll do is I'll clean up the wheel while we're gone as well, and I'll add a name to that wheel. Right before we do this break, let's hear what Curmudgeon Alaska has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you.
Yeah.
Your channel, it started growing a little bit, and then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit our 1,000 subs, okay. And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours, so we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the winter time, and I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. We've never done a shopping thing or anything like that, and I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well. That's good. We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices, and honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here, and I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. And I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes. Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home. Absolutely. Yes. A lot of the comments on that video were about the train. Oh. Was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? Stuff like that. And it's like, yeah. Wow. So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at. Yeah. Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now.
All right, we're just about back, and we're going to talk about a channel that's been with us for probably 5.5 years, Rushing Wind Mountain. It's got to be close to that. This creator, Ruby, is the creator behind the channel. They bring us a mix of interesting nature and wildlife videos. And this channel is a little bit unique in the fact that their videos can go anywhere from literally a minute long to 12 hours long. They do tons of live streaming as well. And they're here for just about every single live stream. Now, I certainly appreciate it. I know not everybody can be. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And as long as everybody's doing as much as we can for each other, no matter how much that is, I promise you everybody will be just fine. We see channels getting monetized faster than ever before. It doesn't seem easy, but I promise you it's easier than it was 8 years ago, or even 5.5 years ago when we started this community. When we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, we see that this creator has given us a mix of horizontal and vertical videos, or landscape and portrait. And then if you dig through some of the shorts on this channel, you get an idea about how there could be some humorous moments with some of the wildlife that are featured. Some of the newest shorts are the ones that are doing best here at 30,000, 37,000, 39,000 views, which is great to see. And of course, Rushing Wind Mountain is monetized. Lots of ways to support them now, including super chats and memberships when we get there. This creator's done a lot of live streaming, like I said, even up to a week ago, and they've experimented with both horizontal or vertical or portrait and landscape modes. And it's more of the same. So a mix of wildlife and nature, and they come to us from the Pacific Northwest. So obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and I hope everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Got a couple channels to show you right now. In the chat, you saw Matthew's Bushcraft, and that creator is a part of the Big Family Expedition channel. And it's cool that we've got that kind of thing happening. Matthew's Bushcraft teaches us survival skills, and then Big Family Expedition has an interesting story, the second of its kind in the Superchat family. Not exactly, but similar, in that they've taken a bus, a schoolie as they're lovingly called, and turned it into a permanent home on wheels for the family. The interesting story behind this channel, you'll find it when you get there and start watching their content, is they were already on the road, and then they kind of settled down for a little while, added a family member, and then they hit the road again, and they continue that today. And they're taking us to all kinds of different areas, not even just touristy destinations as well, but they'll take us on long road trips. So I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep joking about, but it gives us a chance to gives me a chance to keep or get caught up with creators. We've added a new emoji for that, so hopefully everybody's enjoying that. I know Sam is. And then Big Family Expedition has got some shorts over here at 2,700, 2,800, one at 11,000, which is great to see, and then live stream. So up to about a year ago, they were doing these regularly, and I don't know why I was never able to catch these. But I'm hoping that if they're going to continue these, which they have threatened us with, we'll be able to catch them. And we've got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. We'd love to push them towards the 1,500 subscribers we know they're going to be thinking about now. And I'm just going to show you Matthew's Bushcraft and the survival skills that people of all ages can learn from this young creator. 269 subscribers now. We'd love to push them towards the 300 we know Matthew's Bushcraft will be thinking about. You can see all the outdoor footage here. And they're actually posting more frequently, which is great to see. Yeah, if you can get up to once a week, that's fantastic. And this is really cool. A $50 Costco camping kit. great to review this kind of thing, because people, you know, you don't need me to say this, but I'm just saying, people will go through places like Costco. Kristen and I go to Costco regularly as well. It's interesting to see some of the different things that are there, but you want to rely on other people's opinions, reviews, and things like that to see if things actually will be worth it. This is where unboxing videos really come in handy. Matthew's Bushcraft goes much farther than that by teaching survival skills of different types. So this creator, look at some of the shorts here: 2,100, 2,200, 2,800 views. And both Big Family Expedition and Matthew's Bushcraft have been with us for what I think is getting on a few years now. So I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support from them. Obviously, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And you'll run into them supporting other people all the time as well. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts is here. And this creator's now, look at that, right on the edge of 400 subscribers. I'm hoping by the time I even flip the page, they'll have another subscriber. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts has been with us for several years. And obviously that makes them another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. So I hope everybody will connect with them. If you haven't already connected with this channel, you've got a chance to help somebody hit a milestone right this second. We'd love to get them up to about 405 or 410 to make sure it gets locked in. But still exciting to hit every 100 milestone, and then they'll be thinking about 500 soon enough. Tim Mitchell's in the house. I got to put them on the wheel. Hope you enjoy the emoji. I spent another 5 minutes cleaning that up today. But it's a nice addition to our chat now. And then Day One Walks is still in the house. That's Day One Adventures with a second channel. They've been with us for several years as well. And then Timmy Does Everything. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat except for Ace Flaw 1. Ace Flaw 1 is Andy, and he's been with me as long as Jeremy D-Day. I've been connected to those creators for about 6 years, since before Superchat was even a channel. So Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts has been with us for many years. I feel like it's about 4 years by now. I could be mistaken about that. And this creator is going to bring us all sorts of different handmade or homemade crafts and creations. And then we're going to look at shorts on this channel and see that there's even more variety here. A little bit of outdoor footage sprinkled within. And then they've got 1,500, 1,900, one at 10,000 views, which is great to see and has to be exciting. And then they did bring us a live stream a month ago. I'm hoping they're going to continue those, and thank you, because they did just hit their 400 subscribers. So I'm hoping anybody else that hasn't already connected with them will right now, because like I said, we'd love to push them towards about 405 to get that 400 locked in. But great that we're able to do that for somebody today. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Jeremy D-Day, like I said, is a creator who's been with me for 6 years now, if you can believe that. So I'll tell you exactly how this came to be. I was on YouTube for a couple of years already, and then I was introduced to a couple of small YouTubers, let's just say, or people who consider themselves to be a part of that community. And there was the Hoops Family Network, now known as the Soldier Family Network, Jeremy D-Day, Elevate with Vern, Brown Girl Bella, and Ace Flaw 1, and a few others. These are all creators who are still with us today after all of these years. And what had happened was I had not seen anything like this before, but I started to be introduced to a couple of these creators, and it felt like a college party kind of an idea where they said, come with us, we're going to introduce you to all our friends, and everybody has a good time. We're all going to support each other's channels and go on each other's live streams. And I was like, this is amazing. I have never seen so many people willing to support each other in this way. And I was kind of overwhelmed. And after a short period of time, I decided to start another grow stream channel. But the idea would be that we would focus on the friendships, because I've been in social media from the beginning, and I understand how difficult it is to get people to support you. But it's very easy to get your friends to do all the things that you want by simply doing the things that they need. And so this is where this community came about. And it's interesting, after 900 of these live streams, I'm not kidding, that Jeremy D-Day, AceFlaw1, and several other creators are still with us today. And Jeremy D-Day has a couple of channels now. I'm just going to grab his latest video on his latest channel here. He lets us know he's bringing food, movie reviews, shorts, vlogs, and more. This creator has done many different things over the years. Some of the shorts here are 28,000, 69,000. My dear goodness. And then live streams as well. Jeremy's actually been doing more and more live streaming lately, including these outdoor live streams, which is great to see. Now I'll show you, this creator has a channel called JD Knight 7, and this is where I originally met this creator with this channel. And when we look at JD Knight 7, we see that this creator, Jeremy D-Day, continues to grow with a lot of music on this channel over the last couple of years. Album rankings, reviews, CDs, and shorts. This is a channel that really drives subscribers with a lot of the videos, and you'll get that idea, especially when you get into the shorts videos here. Some of these have done extremely well. 135,000, 384,000, 911,000 views. They're all celebrity shout-outs. But that gives you an idea of what can be done. This creator as well has got live streams, and up to a few months ago he was bringing live streams on this channel as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'd love for you to get some of that support coming back to you as well. Yeah, Mr. Shelton TV and Jeremy D-Day did a couple of live streams together, I think, recently, if I'm not mistaken. And then Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts had dropped a super chat, so thank you for that extra generous support. We looked at them, so we're one channel ahead right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at It's Chocolate Drop, we see a friend that's been with us for many, many years. And I know her best for taking us on tours of a couple of different stores in the United States. I'm in Canada, of course. But she brings us to places like CVS or TJ Maxx. She brings us hauls. Over the years, I've come to learn she's a fanatic when it comes to plants. She's got her own plantuary as well at home there, and then she does a lot of cooking and other things. She did take a cruise a few months ago and brought us some footage from that. It's great to be able to meet up with other YouTubers and other friends and take a nice vacation like that. This creator also brings live streams, and she's always smiling, always laughing. There's people hopping in and out of these live streams all the time. She's always cooking up a storm in the kitchen there. That's what I've seen from her the most. We see baking videos as well. And then this creator has gotten into a very exciting story on a couple of shorts videos where they had up to 17,000 on 13,000 and 17,000. They've always had this one for as long as I can remember at 52,000 or thereabouts. Then they had a recent one, which I think is still getting views, just blow right up to 287,000 views. If you watch this shorts video, you'll see how easy it can be to make a short because the growth of this particular short video was unexpected, but just a perfect example how we can just keep making content and eventually something's going to hit, right? And then they put out another recent one here at 80,000, which is great to see. And then thanks so much, Scratch and PPA. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. Chocolate Drop has a second channel, Drop to Coop Slots. So we'll look at that right now and see what they've got going on another channel. And here they've got a lot of slot gameplay we see. And they'd actually started this for about a year before I even knew about it in the Superchat family, if I'm right about that and that makes any sense. And I believe that she said she literally wanted to make sure she was growing it and giving it a bit of a start before pushing it any harder, which they've already got their first 100 subscribers, which is great to see. Shorts over here at 2,000 and 5,000, which is great, and a couple of live streams. They've got one coming up later this month, so next week on Sunday we'll be looking forward to that at noon. And if we do one next Sunday, it'll be later in the afternoon, so we'll be able to catch that for sure. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. And then the source is here as well. Peanut butter drop, I'm unsure. And then yeah, thank you, Chocolate Drop. We'll be looking forward to that live stream. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to set a reminder right now. Yeah, there's no way Siri was going to be able to spell that properly, but that's okay. And then I've got a reminder, though, so hopefully I'll catch that. And then Butler Family Farm is in the house. That's everybody's BFF. Of course, Jerry and Susan, they're here for just about every stream. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Heather Hunter J, I just caught her for a live stream earlier today. I think it was about an hour before I was setting up for Tuber Chat, if I remember right. She's a member, so I'm going to get her on the wheel right now. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel coming up. I wonder if Doran's ever seen. I wonder if that thing is still there. I'm just going to type something in here. Wonder if that channel still runs. I don't think this is it. There was a thing on Twitch. Oh, Peanut Butter Art. It was called Peanut Butter Art. I don't think it's there anymore. There was this live stream on Twitch that was like a 24-hour live stream, and all it was a jar of peanut butter. It was called Peanut Butter Art. It's so funny. YouTube wouldn't allow that kind of thing now. They're getting after people for repetitive content and just posting nonsense. But it was funny to see at the time. It might have been years ago. I don't know if anybody in the house has seen that before. And then Tim Mitchell, of course, in his usual generous style, is gifting a handful of memberships again. So thank you for that. It truly is unnecessary. You don't have to do that every time or any time at all. But Tim Mitchell's done this literally a million times before. So I really do appreciate the extra generous support. And we'll look at Tim Mitchell's channels in another couple of minutes here. Sam's Vlogs Trains and More is a beloved and dedicated moderator. We'll see what he's got going on. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Doran always makes me laugh in the chat. And then yeah, holla. It was like what people call on YouTube a silent live stream, right? Or what I call unattended live streams. It's just a camera and a jar of peanut butter, and people would just go in there and talk or whatever. It's not that it was anything that got, I don't know how big it got or anything like that. Pardon me, but just something to notice, right? A part of our I don't know, meme-ish history now with the internet and all the things we go through here. And then, yeah, you know what's funny about that too, Tim Mitchell? So about the sleep streams, I don't know if this is still going on, But at least on, I think it was on Twitch they were doing this, but what a lot of people were doing this was called Wake Me Up streams. The idea is these people who are extremely heavy sleepers would set up all kinds of things around their room, bright lights, loud noise, maybe even a water gun or something like that. And you can hook these things up with a platform called IFTTT. There's other ones out there, but IFTTT stands for if, this, then that. And it basically has to do with the way we think about programming on computers and stuff like this. If this happens, then that should happen. So if somebody drops a super chat of a certain amount, a water gun would go off and spray them in the face and try to wake them up, right? Or the speakers would come on very loudly. There's lots of things you can do. I haven't done much of that yet. One of the things that I do with the Superchat channel, which I don't think I've shown anybody yet, but I've talked about it, is you can set IFTTT based on all the different online platforms or social networks to do things for you. Like, let's say you have a monetized channel. When you get a new member, it puts it into a Google spreadsheet for you. Or when you have a super chat, it puts it into another Google spreadsheet for you. So what happens is you never, ever, ever forget every single person that was ever a member or every single person that ever dropped a super chat, which is great to know, because one of the things you can drive some revenue with on your channel is making sure that people don't get forgotten. And some of those overly generous creators, I mean, I hope nobody, just focuses on that and nothing else, but you could go back and say, I've got time to run a playlist today. Let me go and grab 30 of these people, put them into a playlist, and start running that playlist. I should say 25. I've had the error come up when I watch more than 25 videos at a time leaving comments. It kind of blocks the comments after that. And you got to wait about 12 hours or something like that. And then there you go. Yeah, Just Jason Keto talked about a video that's out there, and I still didn't watch it. You know what I did? I took the transcript and just ran it through ChatGPT to get the gist of what they were talking about. But Think Media is one of the biggest channels that talks about the things that we talk about here. Sean Cannell, the creator behind the channel, and the team over there. I've been watching that from the beginning. It's one of the channels that inspired me to even start. But they just put out a video talking about the monetization crackdown that's happening. And yes, everybody should watch that video. And if you're not already following Think Media, everybody here should be, in my opinion, right? They will do a mix. They talk about how to get subscribers, but they also talk about how to, get the right lenses for your $3,500 camera. All of the different things we might think about in our YouTube journey for creators with channels of all sizes. But they are like the leader. They might be number one now. I'm not sure if they overtook Dara Leaves or not, but I've been watching that channel for years, many, many years, and I've mentioned it time and time again. But we have to be aware of what's going on out there. I don't want people jeopardizing their channel. And I joke about posting nonsense, that's not really fair to say. But when we think about, can I just put a jar of peanut butter on a table and point a camera at it and tell everybody to connect and grow? That, in my opinion, is useless content. It doesn't help anybody at all. And when you have unattended live streams like that, where people are just coming in and out, and the purpose is to connect, are they really going to continue to support the same way that a live stream like this is? And it's not that I want to talk about Tuber Chat, being better than other live streams. Certainly not. I make as many mistakes as anybody over here, and there's a million things we could improve. But we're focused on friendships, right? I don't expect everybody to listen to everything I say for 3 hours, but if you are able to tolerate some of what I talk about, then you'll understand how those friendships drive all of the things we're talking about. When you read the messages people send in the chat here in this stream, you're going to see the friendships people have built, how they've gotten to truly know each other, at least to some level, as opposed to, hey, subscribe to my channel and come in and gain more friends and this and that. If people are able to make friendships in streams like that, that's great. It certainly is possible. But you're going to have to, I think, work even harder along the lines of giving much more than you expect to receive to other people. But these are just ideas. And then, so pardon me, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I don't mean to miss everything that anybody says. If there's something important, just please repeat. And then, K-Dog's Kennel, good to see you in the house. DeBossway, where did I run into you this morning? I felt like I just ran into you in somebody else's live stream today. I was thinking about it, and I couldn't remember where it was. K-Dog's Kennel brings gaming content. Thank you for coming in. They're both members. I've got them on the wheel now. And then when we look at what's coming up, Tim Mitchell, we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Oh, and then thank you so much, Annette Emery. Yes, I do appreciate that. You know, I'm always going to share my personal experience. I wish we could do more, but obviously we're going through channels. That's the purpose of this. And then, you know, we just get into things very quickly. But, you know, I learn from every stream as well. Or a better way to put that is I learn from creators with channels of size, different sizes every day. You know, I constantly want to improve. And, you know, we don't all have the same opinions about every single thing, and I certainly don't want anybody to just, you know, do blindly everything that you hear me say. I've been corrected many times. We have to experiment. We have to try different things, and I'll show you why it doesn't matter when we take our videos too seriously. If I ask everybody in this channel right now in this chat to name me your 5 first videos in order, nobody can do it. You can't do it because it didn't matter. You don't remember what your 4th video was. You're like, and sometimes you go back to your channel, I promise you, 2 years later, and you're like, oh, I forgot I made a video of that. You know, this is the kind of thing that can eventually happen. Not for everybody, but I'm sure you get the drift. Yeah, I should have been, right? The source. I would love to be a comedian and just play to empty bars and nightclubs my whole life. I've done enough of that in another way anyway. But there you go. Yeah, Sam Slugs Trains and More gets more screen time today. This is a beloved and dedicated moderator from the UK. And he's been with us for the last 5.5 years as well. Sam is a creator who's been able to increase his content production over the years as well. There's lots of trains on the channel, as you would expect in videos of all kinds. Sometimes he's talking about the trains, sometimes he's talking about how we travel, giving tips and tricks, and then sometimes he's taking a trip of his own or giving us a look around the stations and things like that. Sam Slugs Trains and More brings a little bit of vlogging. Occasionally he'll unbox product or bring us a haul type video, and then shorts on the channel as well. He's gotten now into 5100, 9400. Like most creators, he's bringing variety into the shorts videos. And then live streams are frequent on this channel where Sam will celebrate a lot of milestones. I hope a lot of people are celebrating these things, like your monetization celebration or birthdays or anniversaries or milestones you hit with subscribers and things like that. Otherwise, Sam will give us a chance to get to know him. He does a lot of outdoor live streaming from train stations and things like that. And then he otherwise does trivia games or Q&As on his channel often. So hopefully everybody will connect with Sam Slugs Trains and More. 2 pineapples going to make me laugh now. Yeah, nobody wants to talk about the first 5 videos because even Sean Cannell says on his channel his first video was terrible. And it certainly wasn't, but you know what I mean. You know, we all feel the same way. You get better as time goes on. I can't begin to tell you the different mistakes and things I've learned, even from trial and error. Back in the day, the first time I was trying to set up lights to make better videos was just a disaster because I didn't watch any videos on how to do it. I just tried to do it. If I'd have spent 10 minutes watching 3 videos on how to set up lights, I would have avoided the hour of frustration or more that I was going through with shadows all over the place and having no idea how to place these things. And, you know, this is one thing that YouTube can be helpful for as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Sam Slugs Trains and More. Like I said, another beloved and dedicated moderator here. And then since 2 Pineapples is in the house, why don't we play a clip from their version of their interview series, or their episode of our interview series. There's 5 of these right now. I've got a 6th one on the way. 2 Pineapples actually joined me again for our 900th live stream. So I usually don't ask everybody to go and rewatch like live stream replays here. You could, and I'll appreciate it, of course. But the 900th episode was special. We always do something special for our 100 milestones. And Two Pineapples had the first conversation with me about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, which they've long passed. That was over a year ago now. So we got together again, and it's more of a conversation where I added more of my own opinion as well. It's not an interview, just a chance for us to talk about all we've been doing with AI and how the channels have continued to grow, both theirs, my own, and other ones we see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Two Pineapples. Hopefully everybody will watch all the videos I'm talking about. Our interview series, episode 900. The first 2 hours is another conversation between us. And Lou from Two Pineapples has been a great friend over all these years. We speak frequently. I think we're going to get on the phone tonight, as a matter of fact, and catch up a little bit. But let's hear what he had to say in our first interview about how to get 10,000 subscribers. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Superchat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. We're just about back, and we are going to look at Tim Mitchell. He's got actually a couple of channels for us to look at here, a few. Precious Gems, good to see you in the house. That's another longtime friend. I cleaned up the wheel quite a bit, so for any of our members or moderators, just please be active in the chat. I'll get you back on there. If I have removed your name, and as promised, I said I was going to add another name to the wheel eventually, so we'll get one for right now, and then we'll see how things go. Let me have a look in the chat and see who is still with us. Tim Mitchell actually has, like I said, a couple of other channels. This is his own. He's got quite a bit of outdoor footage here. I think we're going to get Fairbrick Studio on the wheel right now. My copy and paste doesn't want to work. And we'll see what Fairbrick Studio has coming up soon enough. So Tim Mitchell, like I said, has some outdoor footage here, including some dash cam footage. This creator does live streams every Tuesday from the road. They've got one coming up this Tuesday as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for that one. 10 a.m. It might be I know I'm already gonna be, I have something scheduled for literally like right at that moment, so almost impossible. I might catch the end of that live stream while I'm driving. And Tim Mitchell usually brings us on the road, so he does driving live streams. This creator's cut some shorts out of some outdoor footage and some of that dash cam footage as well. These have gotten into 1,600 and 1,900 views. And we're looking at Tim Mitchell right now because he gifted 5 memberships earlier in the chat, and he's done that kind of thing a million times before. I really do appreciate the extra generous support, although unnecessary. And then Chef CV is coming up, and this is Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. So you're going to see a glorious, colorful wheel. We always like those things here, of course. It's called the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. Now, there's videos on the channel, and if you dig back a few months, you're going to find a video talking about Chef CV and Tim Mitchell right here. I always enjoy videos like that, and it's not even 10 minutes long. Perfect to connect with, as a matter of fact. Gives you an idea of what they're doing and how they got together. Shorts on this channel obviously are going to bring us around the kitchen for the most part, some outdoor adventure as well. But Chef CV on this channel is going to make interesting dishes and meals in videos and these shorts. There's that beautiful colorful wheel again. And this creator's got live streams that focus on that mystery wheel of misfortune, and what happens is people in the chat can help contribute ingredients to the wheel, and then Chef Stevie's going to spin and be all but forced to make whatever comes up. They've got a special live stream this week, because usually they're live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, but they're going many hours earlier. So at 5 p.m. today, about 3 hours from now, we're going to see a special king cake throwdown, which looks like it's a collaboration, and it'll be my first time seeing what a king cake actually is, although lots of people in our chat were familiar with this when we were talking about it in our last live stream. And then what we're going to look at as well is another channel for this creator called the Unofficial, if I can spell, the Unofficial Official, I can't spell, Off Topic Squirrel. I do so much copying and pasting now, my typing is falling apart. And then the Unofficial Official Off Topic Squirrel has 138 subscribers over here. This is a complimentary channel where we get to learn more about Chef CV, and she might take us for some outdoor adventures. They got a new series of videos just started here, so we'll keep an eye on that. And they've got shorts. Both of these channels have shorts now, getting into 1,200, 1,500 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. Here, they're usually live once a month. Once in a while, they bring a pop-up, but they typically play Cards Against Humanity on the first Saturday of every month, so hopefully everybody will check that out. All about the alternative. Good to see you in the house. Tim Mitchell's making me laugh. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody, and let's look at Create and Relate and see what they've got going on right now. Thank you again, Tim Mitchell, for the gifted memberships, by the way. Thank you, Create and Relate, for the super chat. She's done that a million times before. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support, even though it is unnecessary. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Coach Juliet Edens is in the house, so I'm going to get them on the wheel right away. And what we're looking at right now is Create and Relate. So she got a compliment in the chat earlier from somebody who said they really enjoy their channel. They're doing quite a few different crafty things here. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'll put this in my catch-up list. So they're mixing quilling and resin. I actually saw one of these videos a while ago where they were making those Christmas decorations. This creator is going to create a lot of different things. They talk about that in their About section, but they actually have a lot of unboxing and product review videos as well. So they got a Temu haul here, and then they're going to bring a lot of different types of crafting supplies or things we might consider for our YouTube journeys as well, whether it's a microphone, a camera, some lighting, or different things. Create and Relate is posting pretty frequently too, and now it's 740 subscribers, so they have to be excited. We'd love to push them towards the 800 we know they're going to be thinking about. A couple of their shorts have started to move as well. 1,600 views on a couple of these that are fairly new, and then live streams on the channel. She's done many live streams before. I caught her for some of these diamond painting live streams. I know it's been a while, but just in case they're going to pick those back up, we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch each other's content as often as possible as well. Jane Litterick, Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative. The handles are tripping me up. It's Jane Living Skies Color Creative. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Create and Relate. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you for the super chat again. She's done that a million times. I really do appreciate that, although it's unnecessary. And we're going to look at Heather Hunter J in a second. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Heather Hunter J is another longtime friend and another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I've caught her a million times out supporting other people. I can see I'm behind with her videos. I caught her for a live stream today. I'm just going to grab one of the latest ones. I know it's a month old and it's from Christmas, but if there's any luck, some creators are going to be getting some extra boosts on some of these holiday flavored videos, if that makes any sense. Sometimes you can make videos, let's just say whether it's for Halloween or Easter or Christmas or any of the other holidays or things like summer and things like that, and you'll get another boost when the next season starts and a lot of the search comes out, especially if the search starts before a lot of creators are making new content. So we'll see. But Heather Hunter J is going to bring us some information on their About section. They're going to share with us affordable DIY crafts and home projects, and they try to be on every week, which is great to know. They've got shorts on the channel as well, and these have started to move. They've got some members only content, which is great to know because they're monetized as well. I didn't realize you had almost 4,700 subscribers too. I didn't see that earlier today when I was on the channel. Members only on some of the shorts here. But they've also got some of these into now 24,000, 41,000, 49,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. So we've got a couple more coming up, one a week from now. Seems like she's doing these every Sunday. So there we go, Sunday morning live crafty chat. And this is what I caught today. So she does a great job of keeping up with the chat while she's creating all the different things she's going to make here. Nice furry friend that's making a cameo appearance there as well. well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Heather Hunter, J Budget Buys and Practical DIYs. And this, like I said, is another creator who's been a friend of ours for years, I think, right? And is supportive to others. I've run into them a million times supporting other creators in their live streams and premieres. And then the Siberian Wind picked up a gifted membership today, so let's see what they've got going on. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So the Siberian Wind is a quilter living happily in Casper, Wyoming. They've got more information for us to learn on their About section, but they've been quilting almost 20 years, but they were self-taught, so that's interesting to know, and then they share their knowledge and techniques with people on their channel now. So they've got a live stream coming up today in another few hours. They'll be on at 5 o'clock as well. Many of us run many different things on our, at least on computers. I know you can do it with some tablets as well, run at least 2 streams or playlists at a time and things like that. And then Lisa J. Stock says growing channel memberships is one of her goals. So Lisa J. Stocks has been a friend for many years as well. But just for the sake of talking about that clip that I played from Two Pineapples talks about the idea of memberships. What I will add to that is the idea that it goes along with just about everything else that I talk about here. The idea of being okay with giving much more than we expect to receive on YouTube, but that means going over and above when it comes to the promises that we make. When we think about our YouTube channels like businesses, or when we're promoting the businesses behind them, let's just say, here's an example. If somebody was doing t-shirts and selling them on Etsy, what I would recommend to anybody is to make keychains that have your brand and give everybody a free keychain with your t-shirt that they're not expecting. You don't say it, you don't put it on the website, you don't promise it or anything. And I'm not saying it's a good idea, it just is an idea. You guys can decide what you want about that kind of idea. But everybody loves a free bonus. You know what I mean? I really think that that is something, I would do it if I was making t-shirts, let's just say. But we can do that with our YouTube channels as well. So I'll give you an example of how I try to go over and above on Superchat. I share, and forgive me, we're going to talk about the Siberian Wind again in a second, but I'll show you our community page for a quick second. And you'll notice that I share frequently. I wouldn't expect everybody to beat the ever-living daylights out of their post page the way I do, but you'll see that I share, and it's not just members, it's not just super chatters, it's not just moderators. Everybody gets a little bit of the love based on how much they've been here in the chats or supporting the channel lately. And you see that I do these in advance, but I'm sharing all the time. It's the #1 thing I'm thanked for on YouTube, but I don't promise that. I barely ever mention it, because it's something extra that people will find, especially after they've become a member. And I say, check out this new video from our member, right? And then lots of those get noticed, and somebody says, oh, that's cool, Tuber Chat actually does help at least a little bit, right? Some people feel, I'm sure, differently about different things, but it's in the spirit of going over and above. And then in the bottoms of the screen that you're looking at right now, you see the channel slides that are running, those little channel screenshots at the bottom left and right of your screen there. I don't tell anybody that I'm gonna do that. I just do it, right? That way as well, if I'm not updated with them, I haven't promised, so I don't have to worry about it. But at the same time, that's a free bonus that people can get as a member or as a moderator or perhaps other supporter, depending on how you want to do that kind of thing. And I know for sure that people love that stuff, because I didn't say you're going to have your channel on the screen just because you're a member, but then when they see it, oh, wow, what are you talking about, right? And then when we go into those breaks, now I put moderator and gold and silver member slides in there. That is something that I do promise. So we have to keep on top of that stuff as well. And then you just have to be prepared for the things that might not work one day. Most people are understanding, but you find ways to make things up. If the slides don't work one day, you do it another day. But you see what I'm talking about in just offering more than we have available. The Stock Explorer, I'm sure anybody could steal this idea as well, but the Stock Explorer posts some alpha for their members only on their channel. Lots of creators are doing members only content. I don't do any here on this channel because I just, we all understand we want everything here to be available to everyone. That's not to say I never will, but I don't plan to right now. On my personal channel, for sure. On our copyright-free music channel, maybe, or any other channels that I run or start in the future, maybe, and probably. And it could be a great benefit. Members only content is something people look forward to. And then lives on not cam. Oh, yes. So Chick in the Woods, part of me, was talking about the idea of unattended live streams. So if you think about somebody who does an outdoor live stream, we looked at Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More earlier, right? He might be outdoors. He does add himself on camera a little bit during those streams, but I've done the same thing a million times before as well. And typically you're showing content that doesn't have you on the screen. It's not about the creator being on the screen. It's about something that's interesting to watch. And when you're active in the chat, I wouldn't consider that as much of an unattended live stream. Unattended means that creators will just start a live stream, let it run for 12 hours while they sleep, and people can come in and connect. I've actually done similar things on our copyright-free music channel before, where we had like a little video game going and there's music playing, but that would be running 24 hours a day. So between me and the moderators, there's not a chance that somebody's going to be in there all the time. So when we think about the quality of the content that we're making and whether or not it's going to be any kind of a benefit to other people, that's one thing. But YouTube is cracking down on content that they find to be repetitive with little to no value, let's just say. So if you're making content that you know is of no value to anybody but yourself, then you know that already. You don't need me to tell it, or it's nobody else's business anyway. But we don't want to see our friends demonetized as well. So you can see that I'm dancing around the subject without wanting to call out some of the content that I have seen, even in the Superchat family. But if you're making content and you're not in the chat, if you're just doing unattended live streams like that and there really is no value, then we're not going to be surprised when we hear about some of these channels getting demonetized. But for 99% of us, we don't have to worry about it because we're making content that's either valuable or at least we're participating in our own live streams or premieres, at least most of the time, if not all of the time. So these are just ideas. What I'm talking about right now is just opinion, right? YouTube is never clear about these kinds of things. We could ask, we could pay them, we could kidnap them, and all the other things we could do to try to get an answer out of them. They will never tell us exactly what we should or shouldn't do. This has been a frustration from the very beginning. The only thing we can do is make a judgment call. Content with no value when you see it, and then I just hope nobody here is making it. So these are just ideas. And then hopefully I'm not missing anything in the chat or anybody. And then the Siberian Wind is up on the screen right now. So they said that they've been quilting. They're a self-taught quilter. They're going to share that with us. It looks like they've got a latest video here. This one's a little short. I hope everybody will connect with each other with videos that are 3 minutes or longer. That's what we've been doing for the last 5.5 years. This is why my subscriptions are always on. When I put channels on the screen, it's rare that YouTube removes one of my connections because I connect in the same way that I describe here when I'm out in everybody else's premieres and live streams. Shorts on the Siberian Wind have gotten into 1,000 views, 1,100 on another one, and then live streams on the channel as well. She's doing plenty of these. And I'm just going to set the notifications. We always set notifications for all premieres and live streams that we see, regardless of start time. And that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, just sending that signal of interest into the algorithm or recommendation engine. So let's spin the wheel. And then let's spin, and we'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I'll try to keep this short, but I did mention the other day I went into this whole long speech and rant. I think it was over Christmas, actually. But I went into this long talk about how when everybody can see what happens on this channel. So when you're in the chat, things like super chats, memberships, and all that, it's all public. You could sit there and count if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could, right? So everybody can see that this channel's doing fine when it comes to monetization, and I will be eternally grateful for what everybody has done for this channel in that way over all these years. I try not to solicit memberships and super chats, even if it might sound like that occasionally, but I promise you, I, more than anybody I've ever seen, mention the fact that it is unnecessary, which is absolutely true. And while it is appreciated, I don't want anybody to feel like they need to drop super chats or memberships or anything on this channel. As a matter of fact, I unlist the streams usually during the last hour, and less of that can happen. It's with intention. But because I, first of all, don't ask, and secondly, try to deter that activity more than anybody else, you can see that this channel does better than most when it comes to that kind of thing for the number of subscribers that we have, right? I'm trying to say this diplomatically. I'm sure everybody understands what I'm getting at, but that's a hint for anybody that's thinking about growing their revenue. Right? When you're asking for, there's nothing wrong with asking for it, right? That's up to everybody's opinion and this and that. But the reason this channel does as much as it does is because I don't ask, and because I say repeatedly, you do not have to super chat. You do not have to be a member, which nobody would, I can't imagine anybody would recommend anybody say if you're thinking about monetization. But I understood from the start, that's the one thing that's going to cause probably more of it. The other thing too, I haven't said it enough lately, but I really don't want, and this is the truth, I don't want anybody to drop gifted memberships here or super chat if you have not already gotten value out of this channel. I like to think of it as more of a response because you have gotten value, or you believe you've gotten value. If you really have made friends, if there's something I can say that really helps, that's the only way I would want anybody to even consider it. But to have your channel on the screen, or like, oh, if I super chat this guy $5, I'm going to get a bunch of subscribers, that does not happen. It's the opposite of what we're talking about. So these are just ideas. Just because it was mentioned in the chat, Lisa J. Stocks was saying they want to grow memberships on the channel. Members only content is something YouTube's going like really hard on people now, trying to get them to make members only content for that reason. And then all about the alternative, I do not go back and read the whole chat. There will likely be, I could guess right now, but I'm imagining 1,000 messages through the chat, so it would be a lot to read. So what I ask of everybody is, if I've missed something, then just please mention what you meant to say again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. Or sorry, I keep saying @mention Superchat Connect, but it's really just Superchat now because of the handle, right? But if you can do that, it gives me a better chance of seeing it, or our moderators might see it, and then they can catch it. But as well, I haven't mentioned this today, anybody can reach out on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook anytime. I keep calling it Twitter, but you know what I mean. I'm on Instagram all day, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time. And I love talking YouTube, so I'm always willing to share anything I can. Lots of people, because I'm the host of this channel, will reach out to me with things that they see or things that they learn, and I will be eternally grateful for that as well. We have conversations all the time, almost every day, somebody's messaging me with something that they've either seen or we're talking about something that I've mentioned and elaborating on it. So this is just an idea. I wish I could do more for everybody, but again, we're going through channels. That's really what we do here. So I have to sprinkle in the tips and tricks in between. And that only counts for the things that I'm right about. Who knows how many things I'm wrong about, right? I steal this line from Seth Godin, an influencer, but I can't tell the good ideas from the bad ideas. I'll just give you all the ideas I come up with, and then you can decide for yourself. But this is a way we can learn from each other. So we're going to talk about Butler Family Farm. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I'm going to do something we don't have time for, but actually you've given me another idea. See, look at this. So here's a 7-day overview of your channel. There's been 10,000. I said 1,000 messages. There's been 10,000 messages apparently. What a lot of people may not know is Nightbot keeps logs for your chat. Every single thing that anybody has said is in these messages, and you can see there's 400 pages of messages, or 100 pages of messages of 100 each, right? And this is just from today. So when we look at this though, it might go back to the last stream. It might go back 7 days to maybe 2 more live streams. So what somebody could do if you wanted to copy all of this out, then there's your message right there. Then what I would do is copy it all out and then put it into ChatGPT and get it to summarize, or say, did anybody ask me any questions? And it will likely list them for you, which is kind of cool. And then Butler Family Farm is up on the screen right now. This is Jerry and Susan, and they bring us 116 acres of farmland where they create what I consider to be homesteading style content. Now, I include a lot of categories or genres there, so farming channels or ranching channels kind of ideas, if that makes sense, because the content is similar. They're bringing us a lot of outdoor footage. They're showing us the things they make, the things they grow. They're talking about the livestock here. They've got tons of it. They got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, koi, and more. And then Jerry and Susan will also bring us into their home for canning videos, cooking videos, and Jerry has a shop where he does a lot of woodworking, really remarkable woodworking. So I hope everybody will look for those videos on the channel. They'll take us traveling when they can. They went on a cruise this past summer with some other YouTubers. They've got shorts on the channel as well, and they post frequently. They usually post at least a couple of videos a week. They share the camera work and everything else, but they've gotten into 12,000 views on several of their shorts videos. They got one here at 54,000. And when you look at the subscriber number on the channel, you can see that they have experimented with the promotion system for over a year now, but this is how they've gone from under 10,000 to over 130,000. Now, Jerry is willing to share information that anybody wants to understand how the promotions work. But I do want to mention, I don't expect that I'm ever going to be using YouTube promotions on any channel that I run or touch, especially not Tuber Chat. There's different ways to grow, but you have to decide what the end goals are for your channel. If it's subscribers, that's fine. But if it's views, that's another thing. If it's leads for a business behind the channel, that's another thing. And if it's revenue, that's also another thing. But when we make the major decisions for our channels, there are some things we can't come back from. We can't change our mind after and then all of a sudden have the channels grow in a different way, let's just say. But there's lots of information out there, and Butler Family Farm has, like I said, been doing this for over a year now. I've been on their channel several times. They do StreamYard panels from time to time. They've got a couple of live streams here talking about those promotions that I'm talking about. And otherwise, it might be a chance to get to know Jerry and Susan. Pardon me, when they have a StreamYard panel, you'll meet more friends for sure. you always will in their chat. They've got a fast-paced, high-running chat every Monday at 6:45 Eastern. And then sometimes they go for meetups with other creators in groups, both large and small. So lots of opportunity to meet lots of friends over here. And Jerry and Susan have been generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters for what must be getting on 5 years by now. It's got to be close to that. They're one of the first homesteading channels, I think, to have come into the Superchat family. That would make it beyond 4 years ago. I think 4.5, something like that. And they're here for every stream, for which I'm grateful. And Butler Family Farm is now working on 138,000, which is great to see. And you'll get an idea of the different content they bring. They even make tools for themselves where they need to, or collaborate with other farmers when they need to. And it's 116 acres, like I said, so it's quite a lot of farmland to look after. And then let's think about spinning the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And then that's true. Yeah, Hala, here I wouldn't be able to do these streams if it wasn't for our moderators. I try to remember to mention that every day and put a little bit of focus on it. I hope everybody here will connect all of with all of our moderators, because you'll meet more friends when you're over there, but they are some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 8 years on YouTube now. I'm going to be saying 9 years in a couple months. Fuzzy Adventures of More is coming up. I'm just going to rest my voice for 3.5 minutes. We still got plenty of time, almost half an hour. Jesse Journals and Unboxes has a premiere for us right after, so we can extend our time. We'll be able to continue meeting more friends and family members over there. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. We'll make this a quick break, and then we'll come right back. know Streamlabs is in the house, but they're not responding for whatever reason. It's working in the background, though. And then Jane Litterick is still here. Thank you for that. Coastal Water gave me the inspiration to use the word roll call when I'm checking to see if the robots are there, right? All the chatbots, Nightbot and them. So you just put a simple command in so that they respond whenever you say, whatever you want to say, roll call or something else. And that gives you a chance just to see if they're working, because they might not be, right? They don't all work 100% of the time. Most of them work 99% of the time. But it's just a thought. I did clean up the wheel quite a bit. We'll get to as many channels as we can in the next 20 minutes. Fuzzy Adventures and More is up here. They've actually got a couple of channels. There's another creator who's here with us for just about every stream, for which I'm grateful. I certainly don't expect that from anybody. I know we've got lots of friends that run the stream in the background or listen while they're working or driving or cooking or doing other things. I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend, and the thumbs up. Of course, they really do help, in the shares of course, like we always talk about. Shorts on Fuzzy Adventures and More have gotten now into 1,500 views on one of these, which is great to see. And they're going to bring us a mix of outdoor content, a little bit of shopping, and a chance to get to know the creator. They've actually got another channel called New Times and New Beginnings, and I'm going to put that onto the screen right now. And it's similar content between the two channels. I'd almost consider the channels to be complementary to each other. A little more outdoor footage here, and then there's shorts on this channel as well. These have gotten now into 2,400 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel they've done as an experiment. We'll see if they're going to continue those. And we've always got notification bells on for every single channel to give us the best chance of catching each other. And then Coach Julia Edens is coming up, and we'll see what she has got going on her channel today. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Sounds like Sarah Prestwood is traveling right now, so that's great. And as long as everybody's doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine, I'm sure. I'm just going to get the link together for Jessie Journals and Unboxes. Her premiere is going to come up in just over 15 minutes now. And everybody can come over there and continue connecting exactly the same way we do here. All of our moderators not only allow this, but encourage it. And then there's more live streams tonight. Tim Mitchell will be on at 5 o'clock. I can't remember, is it Have Fun in Nature, I think, is on at 5 o'clock. Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere at 8 o'clock. And then let me pin that link as well so everybody can get to that. And we'll look at Jessie's channel right before we go. Julia Edens is up here. This is another creator that's going to help us with health education for real-world symptoms and aging bodies. This creator posts frequently. The latest video, I just watched this morning in the red line, again, is not all the way across. I'll leave it in my catch-up list and make sure after I get through today's videos, I will let everything rerun. And then, pardon me, I know Michael's Adventures mentioned honey again. I keep saying I'm out of honey. I have a tiny bit, but it's all like gone that grainy, sugary like nonsense. I still use it because I just put it in coffee and that's it. But I did do it before I started, luckily. And then Julia Edens has quite a bit of information here for different ideas. Cholesterol obviously is something that affects a lot of people. We could think about blood pressure and things like that as well. I'm going to take this latest video, one of the two. I'm taking the longer of the two latest videos because the other one's quite short. Putting that into that catch-up list for today. I'll get another piece of content watched. Shorts on this channel have done really well. 9,000, 9,100, 9,300, 26,000. on another one, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Coach Julia Edens has plenty of guests that join her on her channel. Some we recognize, of course, and this creator's got quite a few live streams coming up. So she's got one tonight at 5:45, which is just about 3 hours, almost exactly from now, which is great to see. And hopefully we'll catch that one. And let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel coming up on the screen. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Jane, Living Skies Coloring, Creative, and Vintage. This is Jane Living Skies Color Creative in the chat. And this creator is going to bring creative pieces and coloring pages on the channel. They'll do some thrifty shopping as well. And I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. I've done a bit of coloring over the last few years. There's reason behind it, but it's kind of a family activity, let's just say. But I find it to be relaxing and almost therapeutic, let's just say. So there's quite a bit of this here. There's some more crafting, and then, like I said, budget-friendly haul or shopping videos. They might be taking us for an outdoor adventure we see in a couple of those videos. And then shorts over here have gotten into 4,700 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And this creator seems to be live fairly frequently. They're doing at least once a week, so hopefully they keep up the routine there. Once a week is enough to make a channel grow organically, whether we're doing a live stream, making a video, as long as we're posting some kind of a quality piece of content. And the things we do in this community just speed everything up. So let's spin the wheel, and it looks like we're going to look at Fairbrick Studio now. They've actually been a longtime friend that started with Lego, and I believe they continue that today. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Six Bows is back as another longtime friend. She's been with us almost from the beginning as well, probably close to 5 years now. Fairbrick Studio's been with us for a few years. I think we just passed 3 years, as a matter of fact, if I remember right. I could be wrong, of course. This is interesting, this Lego Tower gameplay. There's this game called Tiny Tower, and I wonder how many people in the chat might have recognized this. But that's a game I used to play on a tablet a long time ago. And then I think there was a Star Wars one. That's what I think it was. And then when Fairbrick Studio started coming into the Superchat family, I noticed this game again, and they got me playing. They actually sent over some help, which I keep forgetting to mention lately, but I do appreciate that because they helped me get farther faster in the game than I otherwise would have. And I ended up switching tablets. Kristen got me another tablet last year, so I switched it, and I haven't been making any time to play for a while. But it's a really cool game. I love Lego video games. Lego is like one of my favorite toys of all time. Whenever I in a situation to give a gift to any young person, I always resort to Lego as an idea because I find that it sparks creativity. That's my belief anyway. And this creator's doing a lot more with relaxing music live streams. These are more along the lines of what I'm talking about with unattended content. So, you know, it's not that I add my personal opinion into the idea or don't mean to when it comes to the idea of the content people are making. We're just unclear on what YouTube is talking about when they're saying they're looking for content that is repetitive. So that's one thing that can really help. As long as you're not doing the same thing, like as long as you don't have a 1-minute video that you're just looping for 12 hours and doing the same one day after day after day, that might be okay. But lots of channels are doing this kind of thing. There's channels that I've seen many times before that are doing things like music, like lo-fi channels. YouTube now is like trying to prevent, I think, lo-fi channels for that reason, because there's so many where people just put an animation, there's music, and That's just another idea. But Fairbrick Studio is mixing up the content. The other thing too, I mentioned earlier today that they're doing all kinds of shout outs for other people, and I noticed this on their community tab. I think one of their community posts must have come up for me as recommended. You know, when you're just looking at the front page of YouTube, and I think that's what had me notice, because I know they talk about us and share, but look at this, they're making special graphics. This is what I saw. This is the exact one that I saw. Well done to Strings and Pucks, 2,000 watch hours, which is cool. So helping build excitement for other creators. This is so heartwarming to see, because it's exactly what I'm talking about when I mention the idea of giving much more to others. You know that this creator sat there and took time out of their own life to make graphics for other people's channels when they're doing that kind of thing. I think that's just wonderful. Look, another one for Exploradora 80 over there, which happens to be another friend here. And Fairbrick Studio has always been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So I hope everybody will connect with them. They got shorts over here as well. Some of these have done really well. 131,000, 165,000, 298,000. My dear goodness. And then I see PK Adventure Travels in the house as well. That's Ryan and Mel. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. We'll spin. Lisa J. Stocks looks like she's coming up now. And she's going to help us with our finances, whether it's the stock markets or crypto or ETFs or other ideas when we think about investing. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then when we look at Lisa J. Stocks, this creator, I just watched this video. Of course, the red line's not all the way across, so I'll just rerun it. But this is an interesting idea because Lisa J. Stocks is going to help us make sense out of some of what's going on in the market. For a while now, I've been talking about the idea that silver and gold have had just a ridiculous run this year. They're down a bit from their blow-off tops there. But I follow a lot of crypto, and therefore I have to follow things like stocks, precious metals, this and that, just out of interest. You know what I mean? I'm very interested in that stuff. And real estate, apparently in Toronto, close to me, real estate's in the tank right now, or some of it is. But trying to make sense of all this can be daunting. So channels like the Stock Explorer and Lisa J. Stocks will help us understand in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. Lisa J. Stocks talks about all the terminology as well, whether it's dollar cost averaging or dividends or ETFs and things like that. And this creator will talk about their methodology, if that makes sense, and the actual things that they're investing in. They're very forthcoming about their own portfolio and their own stock or ETF plays and things like that. They've got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 7,600, 9,100 views, which is great to see. They've introduced us to many other friends, some of them here in the Tuberchat family now, because Lisa J. Stocks has had plenty of guests that have joined her on her channel. And I'm sorry I missed these ones with Marlene. She's always very she brings a lot of inspiration and motivation with her. And then they've introduced us to other channels like About That Wallet, and there's another one I can't for the life of me remember the name. Lisa J. Stocks has monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Will be interesting to see what she does with the channel, because she's focused on memberships right now. She's got over 1,000 productions in total between live streams, videos, and shorts, which is great to see. Hopefully everybody will connect with her. And let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. And then Six Bows is back. Yeah, the source, actually, see, look at that. Because you said it, you jinxed it. And the source is coming up right now. And I'm going to drop the link for Jesse Journals and Unboxes again. I'm going to get Vintage VMARS onto the wheel right now. We'll just take it one at a time. and we'll do what we can. The source, this is Doran. This is a creator who's very well known and much loved in this community ever since finding us. It's not quite a year, I don't think yet, but has to be beyond 6 months. But the source started sending friends in here right away after they found us. Now they do a little bit of a different idea. You get a chance to get to know the creator. He posts different random content, whether it's travel, whether it's Doran at the beach, whether it's home, or doing a StreamYard panel and then chopping videos out of that as well. But I'm just going to take the latest video, put that in my catch-up list for now. That's that playlist I keep talking about. This creator's got some shorts over here as well, and these feature more random content, getting into 1,800 and 1,900 views. But this creator will allow and encourage people to connect in a very similar way to what we do here in Superchat. They will introduce you to all kinds of new friends. They're closing in on 3,000 subscribers, which is great to see. When you dig through the live streams, you'll see a beautiful colorful wheel. You know we love those things here, and it's literally a similar kind of live stream where they spin the wheel and talk about channels and creators as they get to know them, and then they interview a lot of people, and that gives us a chance to get to know some more fellow creators as well. And then they got StreamYard panels just full of guests over there, so lots of opportunity to get some more really supportive supporters from that channel, and hopefully everybody will connect with the source. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I spun the wheel just for fun there. Jessie Journals and Unboxes is going to have her premiere start right on time at 3 o'clock there. So hopefully everybody will come over. You can continue meeting friends while we're there. And PK Adventure Travels is up here right now. This is Ryan and Melinda, and they are going to bring us the idea of travel from the perspective of travel agents. I don't know why I'm so behind on your videos. They've got quite a bit of members only content to start with here, which is interesting to see. I'm just going to grab your latest Cozumel cruise port day. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. They always do a really thorough job. So Ryan and Mel have a great back and forth between them, but I was taken away with their channel right away when they first started coming into the TuberChat family, and it's got to be long beyond a year now if I'm not mistaken. But these creators bring us ship tours, room tours. Ryan will bring us news, really interesting things that happen to travelers around the world that can help us avoid some of the mistakes we may not even know we're going to make when it comes to traveling. Things like passports and tickets and ports and everything else. And then shorts on this channel have gotten now into 12,000 views, 29,000 on one, which is great to see. I think that one's still getting views, but I could be mistaken. And then they've got live streams on the channel as well. Now Ryan and Mel not just bring they don't just bring us traditional travel and cruising, they also bring RV camping, and they'll take us to different destinations and give us tours and tips and tricks to make our camping or glamping life a little bit more enjoyable, let's just say, or comfortable. PK Adventure Travels, Ryan has another channel here called Ryan Parker Studios, and he gets involved in a lot of live streams with other creators like Eddie Lugo Studio, who we saw here earlier today. And then this creator will do a few different things when it comes to live streams, but they've got shorts over here, including a lot of cooking videos, and these have now gotten into 2,700, 3,700 views, and then live streams on the channel. This is the latest video that I just watched where they're talking about how to make whole wheat bread, and then they might mix things. Like, for instance, you have like different ingredients you can substitute, and for anybody in the chat that's better in a kitchen than I am, you might already understand, but it's informative when we swap things like milk in a recipe for oat milk and whether these things are going to work out. But that looks like a great video. So hopefully everybody will connect with Ryan Parker Studios and PK Adventure Travels. And then Vintage V Mars is coming up right now, and that will leave us with just enough time before we go over to Jessie Journals and Unboxes. We'll look at her channel for a quick second before we do that. And then Susan High Country, Australia, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And then when we look at Vintage V, this is a channel I'm still getting to know as well. This is a really cool video. I'm always happy when people share heartwarming moments. You know, very focused on family. I'm lucky enough that, you know, I have a small family, but we're tight-knit. We get together for all kinds of different things, and it's my favorite thing. So when I see people doing this, you know, kind of heartwarming video between family members or even friends and things like that, I'm always happy to see that kind of thing. Live streams on the channel, so they're doing these up to a few months ago. They did one a couple weeks ago. We'll see if they're going to continue. And then shorts on the channel as well. These bring some more random content, but they've gotten into 15,000 and 27,000 views. So hopefully everybody will help push Vintage V towards the 400 we know they're thinking about. And they've been here for just about every live stream since finding us as well. And then we're going to look at Jessie Journals and Unboxes. And this is the creator we're going to go and visit right now for a premiere she's about to run. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream, and certainly not 3 times a week, but I do appreciate every moment. Our friends that run the stream in the background, people who listen in or just peek in to give us a thumbs up or drive while they listen, and all the other things we do. I hope everybody will connect with our moderators. It's easy to see I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way they are if it wasn't for their help. I miss a lot, make as many mistakes as anybody, and luckily they help me keep this stuff under control somehow. But Jessie Journals and Unboxes is one of those beloved and dedicated moderators. So she's going to drop a premiere right now. She does every Sunday at the same time. She has unboxed over the years all kinds of different things: snacks, stationery, bath and beauty products, and a lot of crafting supplies. Her channel's evolved and now is called Jessie Journals and Unboxes because of all the journaling, collages that she does, collaborations with other creators, and she slips in a few hauls and things like that in between the unboxing videos, bringing us a lot of subscription services. And this creator does a really thorough job of describing all the different things she finds, whether it's washi tape, whether it's stationery or other crafting supplies or jewelry, or like I said, snacks and bath and beauty products and things like that. The shorts have done well because of this, and she features a lot of the things she finds in the unboxing videos in those shorts. And then this creator does live streams occasionally. It's been a while, but she does these once in a while. She will always have a flood of support in her chat because she's out supporting other people all the time. I run into her almost every day supporting other people. And then thank you everybody for the time that you spent. Again, we'll make a quick exit. I hope you'll come over to Jessie Journals and Unboxes. The live redirect is already set, and I'll see you over there. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Superchat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Superchat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Superchat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Superchat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Superchat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, You've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty badges and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.